Today was one of my biggest trading days of my career. We ended the day up over $293,000 across all of our accounts. That's including our automated trading fund, which I'll talk a little bit about in this video, and including the fact that I closed some of my 2026 Tesla calls for a $160,000 profit. We're going to go over what position I'm still holding on Tesla, as well as where I see Tesla headed in the next couple of days. And I want you guys to understand, for anyone who is new to this community, that this was not random. We have been following Tesla. We've been following CleanSpark. We've been following crypto, Mara, Riot, MSTR for 3 to 4 months now. And I've been posting every single day about those stocks over on X. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want more content, you should definitely go to X. I post about 10 times more over there. And you'll see as well that even though we're up $2.8 million this year, we only have a win rate of 64% across all of our accounts. So it's not like we even have a high win rate. When we look at Tesla's most recent price action, you know that in the past few days we've been covering this descending wedge that's been happening. This occurred when price gapped up after earnings, tapped that high of 274, and then began to pull back. Using the BX indicator, which is this indicator at the bottom, you're going to see that this will show buy-sell pressure. And back here on the 28th of October, the buy-sell flipped to bearish. This is a sign that price will most likely continue to pull back before a potential bounce. After pulling back, you will see that yesterday, the BX trender actually flipped and confirmed from bearish to bullish. This is our sign that Tesla is going to run. Now, of course, technical analysis doesn't know that Trump was going to win the presidential seat, but this exact setup happens all over the place. And the reason that we're even trading Tesla in the first place is because if we zoom all the way out to Tesla over the past 10 years, you'll notice that the same exact principles we're using on that smaller time frame are happening here. Price has been squeezing and compressing. There's been a shit ton of buying pressure, and this has pushed the stock up nearly 63% within 184 days. So we're not just trading Tesla because of that 4-hour setup. We're trading it because it's bullish on a massive time frame. So if it's bullish on a massive time frame, then every single bullish setup that happens on a 4-hour or a daily, I will take. You'll see that price flips into bullish accumulation, and from this point, gaps up and runs nearly 18%. Now, the profits I took on Tesla, the $164,000, this was from that massive leap play that I was holding for a very, very long time. At one point, these calls were down about $200,000, and I got rid of them simply because I'm still holding my December 470 calls for 2026. If we zoom out and we look at Tesla again on a weekly or a monthly chart, you're going to notice we have a massive inverted head and shoulders pattern, and I do think that we're going to get a significant breakout. But I felt that it was just responsible of me to exit that position. And then if Tesla pulls back down to 270 or 260, which does not seem like it's going to happen, then I will have more capital to disperse. So a massive portion of the money today came from closing out that leap play. Another big portion of this capital came from our quant fund. So basically, I run a suite of trading bots. They all run off of multiple different scripts or different trading strategies. The one that we're going to go over in this video is called an 1150 Impulse bot. This is a bot or a trading script that I created a very long time ago, and that was based off of a very simple strategy that I've been using since 2018. And there's nothing special about it, but you'll see how potent it is as we go into how it works. I set up the trading bots on TrendSpider, and when our criteria is met, it will instantly send an alert over to our Discord community. You can see over here to the right, this is how I used to follow it. I would just enter every single one of these positions and exit every single one of those positions by hand. But recently, I've been trying to integrate this software into another piece of software called SignalStack. And what SignalStack will do is actually go into my broker and move the positions for me. Now, this might seem like a super easy fix for anybody who's looking to make money in the market, but it's definitely not. You have to know, number one, how to do this. There are bots that will just explode or break during the day. And if you don't know how to fix them, it can be moving and trading things for you and you're not even knowing about it. And then on top of that, it's very, very expensive. So you have to have a lot of capital to even do this in the first place. This is why normally I would just follow the alerts when they would come out in our Discord. So today, this trading bot made $127,000 trading predominantly CleanSpark, AMD, Mara, and you can see this is all of the positions across all of those bots, which were taken today, fully automated. And of course, before today, we only started this about a week ago, the bot was actually down. And even now, we only have a win rate of 50%. Now, many of you might be asking, what is the actual requirements in order for this bot to take a position, and what are the actual returns? Well, you're going to see here at the bottom of my screen that using this strategy over the past 3 years, we would have made a 56% return on shares. This beats the buy and hold strategy of 7%. So that means that if you would have bought Tesla all the way back in 2021, you'd only be up 7%. If you followed our strategy, you'd be up 56%. You'll see that we would have won 73% of the time, losing 27% of the time. At your worst, you would have had a max drawdown, which means your worst from high to low of 33%. And the asset, Tesla, had its worst drawdown of 75%. So you'll notice that one of the main things that this trading bot does is it just keeps us out of downtrending and crappy markets. So the fact that we're not just bag holding makes it easy to beat the buy and hold strategy. You're going to see our average win is 1% and our average loss is 2.5%. But because we have such a high win rate and we're only playing a breakout trend, this more than makes up for it. Now, the requirements to enter a position are so simple, and I want you to understand this is not a party trick. This is not magic. This is not some game-changing, life-changing thing. What makes this game-changing and what makes this life-changing is if you have the discipline to stick to it, which I know this is going to sound messed up, but like 95% of people just don't. 95% of people can't do something long enough without seeing results to where they just quit. And I want you to understand, you're not going to start trading off of a strategy like this and make money. Yes, you would have made 60%, and at one point you would have been up 92%. But look at how the first month would have played out. You would have went up 20% and then lost all 20%. So if you start trading this and your account drops 20%, how many people are going to continue to do this? Very little. They're going to sit there and be like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. No, it does. You have to stick to the course, right? We know that we can make 56% return, but I don't know what we're going to make in 1 week or 2 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever it is. So our requirements to enter are very, very simple. Basically, price has to close over the 11 SMA 2 candles ago. Price has to close over the 50 SMA 2 candles ago, and the RSI has to increase 2 candles ago. All this means is that price has to be trading over the 11-day average, the 50-day average, and there has to actually be current strength in the market. If all of those things happen, it will instantly buy the stock. From there, it will set a take profit of 0.5% and a stop loss of 0.2%. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, that is a really crappy risk versus reward of about 0.25. And what you have to remember is that we're going off of candle closure. So our average win, even though we put here 0.5%, is normally 1%. And the reason for that is we will make much more on average than that 0.5% because, yes, in this type of consolidation, we'll make those small returns. But in these types of days, you can see this one trade here was 11%. And so if we get these big moves overnight, this will really, really help. And because we're trading at candle closure, you can see that in most of these small breakouts, we're getting bigger than a 0.5% return. You could simply set your own TrendSpider up and run this bot yourself. And my plan in 2025 is to come up with a course teaching you guys how to do that entirely for free. Whether you're somebody who has no time at all to put toward the market or somebody who can sit there all day, we have different trading strategies and different trading bots for you. If you want to get access to those, you can do that within the Discord community, and you can use the code MARKET10 for 90% off your first month. And for those of you here who are still looking at the next 6 to 12 months, what does this mean for Tesla? Well, we're pushed up now into this $290 to $300 liquidity level. And we know that the more times the liquidity level is swept, the higher of a chance that it's going to break out. I think that by the end of this year, we had a target of Tesla for 300. I think that we could actually hit maybe 340 to 350. And if earnings earnings in January are solid. There's no reason why we can't be back up to 420 and 400 by the end of 2025. The main thing that I'll be looking for is a continued buying pressure month over month on the BX Trender. If you want to learn all of the indicators that you see here, as well as exactly how I trade, you can take all of our free courses and free material. The link to our trading library will be in the description. Thank you guys for all the support, and I hope you had a great day.